They thought I had no idea. They thought I was still at home, clueless, waiting for my wife to return from her sick mother's house. But by the time Emily and Michael stepped off that plane, I had already taken everything from them. Before we continue, make sure you like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Would you destroy someone's life after they try to ruin yours? Because what I did next wasn't just revenge, it was exposure. The next 3 days were the longest of my life. While they were in Cabo, laughing on beaches and planning their future, I was back home building mine back from the ground up. I didn't confront them. Not yet. I needed everything to be perfect. The first thing I did was go back to work the next morning like nothing had happened. I walked into the office, greeted people normally, even sat through a team meeting with Michael on video call from a business trip. Watching him speak so confidently, knowing exactly where he really was, it took everything in me not to react. But I stayed calm because I had something he didn't, the truth and proof. That afternoon, I requested a private meeting with HR. I didn't go in emotional. I went in prepared. I laid everything out, screenshots, emails, travel records, company documents. The relationship between a senior executive and a direct subordinate spouse, the conflict of interest, the manipulation, and most importantly, the plan to remove me from my position through dishonest means. The HR manager's face changed as she went through the evidence. "This is serious," she said quietly. "I know," I replied. "And there's more." I handed over the proposal document, the one they thought I'd never see. Her eyes widened slightly. "Did you approve this?" "No," I said, "but they were planning to push it through." That was enough. By the end of that meeting, an internal investigation was opened. Quietly, discreetly, exactly how I wanted it. But I still wasn't done. Because this wasn't just about my job. This was about my marriage too. That night, I called Emily. She answered this time. Her voice was soft. Careful. "Hey, everything okay?" I almost laughed. "Yeah," I said calmly. "Just checking on your mom." "How is she?" A pause. "She's better. Still weak, but improving." The lie came so easily. I leaned back in my chair. "That's good," I said. "I miss you." Another pause. "I miss you too." That one almost hurt more than everything else. But I stayed focused. "Come home soon," I added. "I will." We hung up, and that was the moment I knew. She had no idea what was waiting for her. The day they returned, I made sure to be home. I cleaned the house, cooked dinner, set the table. Everything looked normal, perfect. At exactly 7:42 p.m., the front door opened. "Daniel," Emily called out. "I'm in the dining room." I replied. She walked in slowly, suitcase still in hand. For a split second, she looked relieved. Then she saw the table. 2 plates, candles, wine. Her expression softened. "You didn't have to do all this," she said, placing her bag down. I smiled. I wanted to. She sat down, still unaware, still comfortable, still lying. We ate in silence for a few minutes. Then I looked at her and said, "So how's your mom?" She didn't even hesitate. "She's doing better." "The doctors?" "Emily." My tone changed, just slightly, but enough. She stopped talking, looked up at me. "What?" I reached into my pocket, pulled out my phone, and pressed play. Her own voice filled the room, laughing, on the beach, calling Michael's name. The color drained from her face instantly. "What is that?" she whispered. I held her gaze. "You tell me." Her hand started shaking. "Daniel, I can explain." "Can you?" I cut in calmly. "Because I've seen the flights, the hotels, the emails." Tears filled her eyes. "I didn't mean for it to happen like this. But it did." Silence. Heavy, crushing silence. Then she said the one thing I expected. "It's not what you think." I leaned back slightly, then explained it to me. She opened her mouth, closed it, because there was nothing to say. And then I delivered the part she never saw coming. I went to HR. Her head snapped up. "What?" "There's an investigation," I said calmly, "about you and Michael and everything you planned." Her face went completely pale. You didn't. I did. The panic in her eyes was instant now. Daniel, please. This will ruin everything. I nodded slowly. That's the point. She broke down completely, crying, begging, apologizing. But I felt nothing, because the woman sitting in front of me wasn't the woman I married. That night, she tried everything. Excuses, promises, blame, but none of it mattered anymore. The next week, everything unfolded exactly as I expected. Michael was suspended first, then terminated. The company didn't make it public, but everyone knew something serious had happened. As for Emily, she wasn't part of the company, but the consequences still hit her hard. Because once Michael lost everything, he didn't need her anymore. The man she chose over me walked away without looking back. And just like that, her better life disappeared. The divorce was quick, clean, final. She tried to reach out a few times afterward. I never responded. Months later, I heard she had moved back in with her mother, the same mother she had been lying about all along. As for me, I stayed at the company. Not just stayed. I was promoted, the same position they tried to take from me. And the house? Still mine. The life they tried to destroy? Still standing. Just without them. Because sometimes the biggest revenge isn't getting even. It's surviving and watching them lose everything they thought they had won. If this story shocked you, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment He Won for more betrayal, cheating, and revenge stories with powerful twists.